Hello, Virgo. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to be doing a different kind of reading, okay? And I want to let everyone know it's very important right off of the bat that this is going to be triggering for some. So I was guided by Spirit that what might benefit the collective the most right now is a reading on abusive relationships, whether you're in one, have been in one, been affected by one in some way at any point in your life. This could be romantic or otherwise, though I am using a twin flame deck in the middle. You can apply all the other messages however they resonate for you, okay? But I feel like this is what's really going to help everyone the most. And if you were guided here, chances are Spirit has something for you. So this could be triggering. You may be talking about pain, things that are very painful. But I hope that we can get some insight on how these relationships have affected us, how they're going to affect us, how we can heal, and any other advice Spirit may have, okay? So Virgo. For Virgo, what does Virgo need to know now the most about an abusive relationship? Okay. What does Virgo need to know now the most about an abusive relationship? All right, we have the moon, and it's kind of like dripping, and it makes me feel like, you know, it's sadness. It makes me feel like this energy of like, you know, the moon card in tarot can be depression and things being done in the dark, and it just feels like there's some tears coming down because the moon, you know, I just feel this energy of tears falling for Virgo. And I'm sorry if you've been affected like this and you're hurting, because if you're here, you probably are hurting pretty bad. And I'm very sorry that you had to endure this in this journey. Yeah, we have air coming out. I think it came out for the last reading I did too. So it's kind of like telling you that this relationship might make you feel very constricted, like you cannot breathe. This might be like one of the things you feel around this person. Oh my God, my anxiety rises so much I can't even breathe. I'm crying. I feel like I'm living in the darkness. I'm stuck in some state of darkness that I can't seem to get out of. And sometimes when you step outside, you're like, oh, when the air blows on your face, you're like, oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank gosh, you know, that kind of thing. So we have shielding card 13. We have 13, 24, and 9. So these numbers could be synchronistic to you in some way. If you're watching, the pictures could be synchronistic to you in some way, but some of you Virgos are really shielding yourself. You're really shielding your emotions. You're really shielding your heart. You're even constricting your own self by doing so, because it's like really, you're like almost dripping with sadness, and it makes me feel very sad for you, Virgo. It's like that you have been through so much that even your guides and ancestors are like sort of crying for you, and they're trying to shield you. Okay, so yeah, we have entanglement and non-duality popping out here. It's kind of like that you don't match the person that you're with. It's like constantly conflicting energies. You can't seem to sync. You don't, you know, you just can't get on the same page. You don't feel like you're heard. You feel just constantly conflicted, restricted, almost like living with resistance, you know. We have spring at the bottom of the deck for you, as if, you know, you do need this rebirth. You do need this rebirth very badly, Virgo. Let's take a look here at the Twin Flame Oracle for Virgo. The Virgo guided here. We need to know now the most. Whoops, yeah, definitely learning some lessons from this relationship, Virgo. Probably some very difficult ones too, I'm sorry. All right, let's take a look here. It's like non-duality. You're just not the same. You're not the same person. You're not the same people. Like the person that you're with, you don't mesh well with. All right, for Virgo. For Virgo. What does Virgo need to know now the most, please, about this abusive relationship? Let me tell Virgo about this abusive relationship. Yeah, you have hesitation, and you probably have hesitation in leaving. You've had past heartbreak. You've had broken trust. You're afraid to move forward, Virgo. You're hesitant to move forward. You don't want to compromise because you're sick of bending so much that you're practically going to break. Some of you might benefit from a little traveling if you can do that, just getting away, seeing some new things, sights, and people. I mean, look, this girl's shielding her face. She doesn't want to see. She doesn't want to face it. She doesn't want to know. She doesn't want to move. And it's just like what it says here. Some of you Virgos are really stuck. Yeah. The universe is like, you need to release this relationship. You need to release the energies from this relationship. You need to try to break the hesitation and understand that compromise just isn't going to cut it this time, okay? You need something and deserve something so much more. I'm sorry, that it just drives me crazy when the cards are not straight. And so, you know, a lot of you are going into runner energy, or a lot of you have been in a runner-chaser dynamic where you're constantly chasing someone who is not good for you, and you can't even figure out why. Like, why do I even do this? And you have hesitation, and it's stopping. You know, but you're constantly having to guard your emotions, and you're constantly feeling like you're in the dark. You don't have answers. You're sad. You're crying. You're unable to breathe. You know, you're fighting all the time. You're conflicted. You're constantly having to sacrifice your own needs to make things okay. And the universe, Virgo, and spirit is here saying it's time to release this. It's time to try and find out a way to move out of this energy of hesitation, fear, and release this situation, the pain of it, the person, whatever you have to do, so that you can have a rebirth. You can bloom finally, instead of wilting from what this is all doing to you. You have been really stuck in your ego. Look at this, you know, shielding and let your guard down. Walls, that's what it says on this card at the bottom there. Walls, let your guard down. You've been shielding yourself a lot, and it's keeping you very depressed. It's like this is the opposite. Look at the picture here, the opposite of shielding. And here she's in tight, and here she's like, I'm free. I'm finally free. Ego is really keeping you down. It's telling you you will not be able to make it. It's telling you you should probably compromise. It's telling you you need this in your life, when really what you need is to release it and be free. You need to move on this sacred journey further down your path to find out what beautiful things await you, Virgo, and it's not being abused. I can promise you that. Okay, let's see here. For the Virgo watching, what do they need to know now the most? The Virgo watching, what do they need to know now the most about how to heal from the Work Your Light Oracle in this abusive relationship, or from a past abusive relationship? How can Virgo best heal from the abusive relationship? Spirit, show us what they need to know now. Getting grounded, yes. So it says empaths. So a lot of you Virgos led here might be empaths. You might pick up on the energies of those around you. You might be greatly affected by the energy of those around you. You might be highly sensitive, and that might be what brought you into this relationship to begin with. And now you might be guarding your sensitivity. You won't even want to let it out because you know that you just get hurt when you do. Getting grounded is going to help you. Going out in nature and connecting with nature and all things that feel beautiful, and getting air on your face. Virgo is an earth sign, so putting your bare feet on the ground if you have that ability. And if you don't, touching a tree or sitting near a tree in a window and talking to it. So we have mirror coming out for Virgo. Excuse me, this says who or what is triggering you. And that's interesting that, excuse me, of all the cards in this deck, we get one that says triggering when this is a very triggering reading. Some things that might be very painful to hear, painful to face, things you haven't maybe even wanted to face, Virgo, but maybe you were led here to this reading so that you could know that this is the situation that you're in, okay? And it's like time to release this and feel better, and you can't do that if you don't see it. So something or someone, this reading, another reading you saw, other people, friends are triggering you, and those triggers are like because you maybe don't want to face that you're in an abusive relationship, or you don't want to leave it, and it's triggering to hear that you should, or other things that are triggering you. If something is triggering you, try to understand why, rather than getting upset. Maybe journal about it or think on it. You know, ask, what are you trying to show me here, higher self? What are you trying to show me, spirit, and this trigger and this person that's triggering me? What do I need to see? Because you do need something, otherwise it wouldn't be happening. All right, one more here. Work your light for Virgo. This is just such a freeing card in the middle, the release card here, you know, especially compared next to that hesitation one and the darkness of the night above it. But this light of day just shining down upon you while you're safe and free, Virgo. And that is what you deserve in this life. Yeah, we have soul family. We have you call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And I absolutely love this card. It's a perfect card to come out for a reading like this, saying there are people who are willing to comfort you, who know what you've been through, who can help you to feel better, who can just be there while you heal and get through this process. You don't have to do this alone. There are online groups. You can, you know, just connect with some people who understand, who don't tell you just to get over it and move on, who aren't like, you know, oh, well, this happens. People who can really connect with your heart space and make you feel loved, appreciated, and like you have support through it. And if you ask your spirits and guides, they will lead you to that. For the Virgo here, what other messages do they need to know now the most from the Fountain Tarot? For the Virgo guided here and the abusive relationship situation. Yeah, 5 of Coins. Excuse me. Sadness, grief, loss. Some of you are really in a dark and sad space. I mean, look at these faces. I feel so bad, and you need some kind of support for you. You need someone who loves you unconditionally, who's kind. Really what you really need right now is someone who's kind and compassionate, because you need some support. You feel left out in the cold, or maybe some of you are getting ready to feel left out in the cold because this 7 of Swords energy is getting to be too much to bear, and you're feeling like you need to constantly be on the defense, and now you want to leave and you're being prompted to leave. Yeah, the Page of Coins saying new opportunity will come in once you release. Once you remind ego that it doesn't have a place here and you're going to be safe, and you release this connection, you do have something abundant coming in. And look at that with the Wheel of Fortune coming out, reiterating that things are going to start turning more in your favor, okay? You're going to be coming out of this feeling left out in the cold, dark, sadness, alone. I can't do this energy. You have a wonderful, really abundant opportunity awaiting you. The Chariot says there's going to be forward movement. There's going to be more duality in your new situation that's coming in versus where you are or where you have been. It's not going to be more of this non-duality. It's going to be meshing together quite well. You see how the black and white horses have almost blended. Yeah, 8 of Swords. You felt trapped by your own mind, your own thoughts. This abuse has gotten you to a place where you can't even trust that you'll be okay. I'm sorry, Knight of Swords. That's a very fast-moving energy. I apologize, but there's a reason why I said 8 of Swords, because a lot of you are in this self-imposed imprisonment of the own mind energy, okay? And you need to swiftly try to change your perspective. Remind yourself that this 5 of Cups and sadness, look, here's another one. I mean, 5 of Coins and 5 of Cups, these are 2 very sad cards, right? These are 2, like, feeling left out in the cold, and grief, sadness, and loss. Also, this can be grief, sadness, and loss. So it's like there's change coming in for you that is desperately needed to get out of this dark energy. Once you release it, you're stepping into the sun, Virgo. Make your decision. The 2 of Wands is saying it's time to make a decision for you, okay, and what you need the most. Virgo, I feel so bad that you're in this space, and I want you to know that everything is going to be okay. I promise you. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're going to find a crystal card for you, Virgo, that will help you the most right now. Of course, crystals aren't replacement for medical advice or legal advice, but you can add them to your situation and ask them to help you on your path. And believe me, it does help. Pink Amethyst for Virgo. Oh, look at that. We have Rose Quartz at the bottom of the deck. Pink Amethyst. Why? This is to amplify the love that lives inside us, to bathe in the aura, in the eternal light of compassion, to find the center of the spirit, holding its desires close. Pink Amethyst softens and soothes, lending a warm feel to any thoughts or actions involving closeness, right? Shielding, you can't get close because you've been through too much. And this is going to help you open up again when it's time. It nurtures and protects, keeping sacred what is vulnerable. So I'm going to hold this up for you, Virgo, and get it focused in case you want to take a screenshot and read more about it. So pink amethyst being recommended by Spirit for the Virgo guided here, as well as rose quartz. And it's like all these pink and purple stones and the pink cards coming out. Virgos definitely have been through it and are here and in need of some compassion. I'm going to give you one more here, rose quartz. To seek a place of softness and safety, to transform the pain of betrayal and lovelessness, to encourage abundance and love. Rose quartz is among the sweetest of the healing crystals, reminding its guardian that all great love stories begin with compassion for the self. Virgo, I could almost cry for you. It's like you just need so much self-compassion. You need to know that you deserve love and you don't need to stay in this energy. Make a choice for yourself and get yourself into a place of compassion and get grounded. Surround yourself with people that care, and it's going to get better for you, Virgo. I promise it really will. For Virgo, I hope you enjoyed your messages. I know it was probably very painful to sit through this, so thank you for being here. If I can help more, check the box below on how to reach me. And thank you so much, Virgo. Sending you lots of healing energy. Take care.